Mr. Poe's resting place for today.
Is that her?
Yeah.
Be careful. Ready?
Grandmother and the aunt. The two cousins had the back room, and Poe's room was upstairs. The grandmother actually died in this room, and she was the one paying rent. So when she died, the family moved out. Poe moved to Richmond. Maria and Virginia stayed in Baltimore. Henry disappeared. We don't know what happened to him. Now, supposedly, in September 22nd, 1835, there was a secret marriage between Poe and Virginia in Baltimore. Unfortunately, in that time period, there was no law requiring a marriage license. If you wanted one, you made it up yourself. The only thing we found was what is called a marriage book, which lists all of the people that supposedly were married for a particular month. But that isn't proof. That's just, they could have entered that. People changed their minds. We just don't know. Now, I want you to look at the view of Baltimore. The building right in the middle was the what's it called? Baltimore Marine Hospital. That's where Poe died, commonly known as Church Home Hospital. We are way out over in this area. Poe was found right in that area. So Church Home was the nearest hospital that they could take him to. Actually, I think there were only like 2 hospitals in the entire city, but this one was very convenient. It's still standing today. It is now condos. And it was spared because of Poe dying there.
Where's this going?
That is no longer standing. That was like a recreation building. Johns Hopkins is right in this area right here. And Broadway is right here, and that goes, it doesn't look like it here, but it's supposed to go all the way down to Fells Point.
Excuse me. Did Poe write any works while living here?
Yeah, he was writing poetry and really not making any money. So it was in this house that he went from writing poetry to short stories for 2 reasons. One, he entered a contest sponsored by the Saturday Visitor. They were offering $50 for the best short story and best poem. Well, he won the best short story. They were going to award him the best poem, but they thought it might not look right. So they gave the best poem to someone who turned out to be one of the editors of the newspaper. He sent it in under a different name. The other reason Poe decided to go with short stories was he wrote a story called Berenice in this house. This was a gruesome story of premature burial, grave desecration, and mutilation. It was a fun story, right? But the public was outraged by the subject matter. So he wrote an apology, said he would never write stories like that again, but he was only giving you, the public, what you wanted, and that was the bizarre, the strange, the unusual. He didn't keep his promise, thank goodness, because on one hand, we were outraged by the subject matter. We were shocked. It was disgusting, but we paid money and read about these things. So he wrote horror stories, not because he was crazy or insane, but because that's what the public wanted. He tried comedies, which by today's standards really aren't that funny, but he wrote science fiction. He wrote about space travel, but in the 1840s that was so beyond the concept of people that nobody understood what he was writing about. Of course, he wrote the mystery story, adventure stories, but it was the horror stories that we really latched onto. But he did not like writing horror stories. Hated it. Any questions? Enjoyed Poe's hair, Virginia's hair in that display case, and a piece of his coffin. It's really funny. I sometimes envision this. I mean, the coffin was in the ground since 1849, and here it is 1875. And I've been to a few cemeteries where they moved coffins, and these, I mean, the wood falls apart. And I can just see these two guys, grave diggers, one going, hey, you get that side, be careful, all right? And you're lifting it, and it falls apart. They go, oh, man, we're in trouble now. Well, apparently people reached in for souvenirs. The Poe Museum in Richmond has a big chunk of his coffin. This piece of wood was taken by a reporter who turned it into a pen handle. And I think there are only 3 known pieces of his coffin in existence. Now, how many people over the years cleaned out the attic?
Yeah.
Rotten piece of wood going, Granddad always had this. Yeah, throw it out. It's just a piece of wood. You know, but only 3 pieces of his coffin are known to exist, and this is one of them. Enjoy.
That's morbid as hell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Freezer, it's not somebody just put these in.
Sure. Not yet.
Let me see if you are. Freeze time.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the same thing.
Yeah, that's different than this.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Just like maple leaves and grapes or something.
That's creepy.
Oh, yeah, what is that? What's it supposed to be? Take a picture of it.
This is a memorial.
Yeah.
This,
Is that like what they used to print? Like a mold for the medallion?
I'm not sure, but we gotta find this. I think it's Advance Street and Green Street.
I have no idea. I didn't
You can
look
ask
at
the lady when you go there, we can help you, but people who just came in, if you moved towards the portrait.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Have a great day.